Hey, so do you guys ever feel like, you know, how sometimes you're exhausted, you're so tired, so sleepy, tiny baby nugget, but then you're like, I want to write, or like, I want to do something creative, and like the two parts of yourself are warring with one another of like, I want to, drink a tea.
Anyway, welcome back. I'm John.
Wait, we're gonna have to do that again. I was going.
I'm John.
I'm Sierra.
And this is
And They Were Readers. Bing, bong. This time...
We never know what our intro sounds like.
We should compile all the time to sing it wrong.
No, bing, bong.
It's a hard note to sing because it's a dissonant.
Da-na. That's how it starts.
I thought it was like a dang dang.
Sure.
But different notes.
It's like a
yeah. Someone in the comments recommended we do a summer TBR,
yeah.
And we're here to deliver.
We are, honestly, because it's gonna help us get our thoughts in order and like plan out the books we want to read, and then also recommend some.
Also, you might be thinking, oh, the summer vibes. Maybe not. Maybe not what we're going to be producing.
Maybe not. Yeah, that's true. This is stuff that we want to read in the summer, and then I looked at my bookshelf, and I was like, we don't have a lot of summery books. We don't read a lot of summery books. Summery books? Summary is its own word.
Summer-like? Summer-esque?
Summertime
Summer vibes.
Summer. We don't read a lot of summer books.
Can you tell we feel
a little loopy? We don't read a lot of summer books, but I looked at my shelf and I think I did the best job that I could. Okay? Thank you.
I looked at my shelf and said, no.
Yes,
we are... we have a lot on our physical TBR. So it's going to be a classic girl summer, if you will.
And let's let me be said about that. Maybe this is the summer to clean out your physical TBR, and then a nice cozy fall of buying new books.
Ooh.
Think about that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe we just do that.
Maybe we just do that.
Oh.
But here's what's going to happen.
What?
Is we're not going to read the physical TBR, and we're going to buy the summer.
No, I'm going to read the physical TBR of classics. Because I think it would be really fun to, like, buy cozy fall books.
It would be.
That's more my vibe.
I forgot that these tea tags,
what?
Have little notes on them. Take a moment just for you. I'm drinking some ginger honey plus zinc.
Yeah.
Tea.
It sounds very nice. I should have grabbed tea for myself this shoot, but...
Anyway. So yeah, let's get into these books.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are some of your recommendations?
Here's some recommendations. I have them back here. Just give me 1 second. Okay? Don't look.
I'm looking.
Not you.
Oh.
So I'll go in order. Yeah.
Okay.
So, did I pick the most colorful books from my bookshelves? Maybe. Okay?
Summer colors.
Summer colors. I feel like we're saying summer so much. It's like the High School Musical beginning of that song. Summer. Yeah.
Okay.
If you get it, you get it. Anyway, so this is the first book, and you guys can be like, of course, obviously this book, Open Water by Caleb Zuma Nelson. I would recommend this book to you for any season.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of summery. I told myself to stop saying summary.
I think open water makes me think of being on a boat stuck in open water. Oh. So that's summer.
There you go. I like that. Yeah.
Stretch. Yeah.
There's water in the title, and you're gonna go to the beach.
It's also romance. So if you want a romance book, but you want literary fiction, that's a really good choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Feel so validated.
Great.
Open Water, Caleb Zuma Nelson. We will recommend this book forever.
Yeah, it did not make it into our bracket video because it would have won.
It would have won. Yeah. It would have given Piranesi a run for its money. But
I might have fought for Piranesi, depending on my mood.
It depends on the mood.
Yeah, depending on my mood.
Okay. This one is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Never read it.
This is the second TJR book that I read. The first one being Seven Husbands. The third one being Carrie Soto. The way that this book was formatted is really cool because it tells the story. The whole story takes place in the span of one night.
Oh.
And it's like a party. So the chapters will be... Let me see if I can find one.
I like her signature.
Yeah, like noon. Like, it takes place in the span of one day, let me say that.
Yeah.
And it's getting ready, like, for a party, but there's also... See, like, the parts, this is part 2, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
That's all night.
Yeah. And then it'll also reminisce and give you, like, some of the backstory at the same time. And it was done very well. And they're, like, it's a family of surfers. They're having a party in, like, some California beach. They're, like, they're rich. They're doing that.
It's summer.
It's so summer. It's one of my most summer books that I've ever had. I feel like this book. This is me validating
Having
my
read
thought
it?
process
Oh.
to the internet because I picked it. There's water on the cover.
This feels like the most appropriate for this.
I agree.
Like
Yes.
TBR tag.
I scanned my
thing.
bookshelf and I was like, that one's really blue. And then I picked it up. I was like, it's on the water. I forgot.
As you
Summer.
know, I just I think that came out last week. Where
Yes. Organize your bookshelf.
I organized my bookshelf, so you saw a lot of like my current TBR books. None of them are really summer, are they? No.
No.
Also, it's a lot less than I thought.
That's fair.
I don't buy books.
Oh,
I like color.
Yeah, this is talked about this recently, so I won't say too much on it.
Yeah.
Happy Place by Emily Henry. They're in the lake. They're in floaties. It takes place when they're on vacation in their happy place. We're going to our happy place.
I do have that Carly Fortune book you gave me.
You have to read that. This summer.
It says summer.
So Happy Place by Emily Henry. When I get into my TBR for the summer, Emily Henry will reappear because I want to read more of her books.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay. This is how you lose the time war.
Really, for summer?
For summer, I think so.
Not for fall?
No, I would say more summer than fall.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, read the book when you want to read the book. But I would say spring over fall.
Okay. Sorry, my back got tight.
The way it like describes nature and uses nature as like a tool in the book is really cool.
That's cool.
I feel like it is giving spring.
Okay.
But it's also
a spring to summer transition book?
To summer transition, which is like right now. So get on it right now and then you'll fit in.
Yeah.
Okay.
The summer solstice. Shoot, what's that
it's
word?
Okay, summer solstice.
Hasn't hit yet.
No.
Why did I want to say stolstice? Oh, I haven't read this.
I feel like the summer is actually a really good time for Greek mythology.
Tell me why. Tell me more.
Greek mythological Greek. So the one I want to recommend, even though there's a lot that we could, is Circe by Madeline.
Madeline Miller is the easiest name you could have said.
I know.
Like, you've gotten all of mine right. All of the ones that I butcher. How did you do that?
I don't know. She also wrote the song Achilles, which blew up, popped off. Right? That was her?
Yeah.
Okay. I get her and Jennifer Saint mixed up all the time.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
This is a lot slower. She gets banished to a deserted island for whatever reasons, and then it just talks about her life there. And there was a point when I was like, oh, I don't think I like it.
Oh.
And then that was like a fleeting thought, and then everything else is I love this book.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Dare I say better than Song of Achilles?
Yeah.
Don't attack me.
Oh. I haven't even read it, and I was like, yeah, definitely better.
So, yeah, I think there's some Greek mythology on myself that still needs to be read, and I think I want to try to make space for that this summer. Don't know what's going to happen. These are some of the books that I'm recommending, and this isn't rigid, right? We know nothing.
No. No.
Yeah. So take this vibe and run with it. Do with it what you will.
Yeah. Let it inspire you.
Exactly.
To read what you want to read.
Yeah. If anything, it's just reminding you that some of these books exist.
Yeah. I do want to add, I didn't have a TBR or a recommended list because, I don't know, I can't find any books on my shelf. But since you recommended Circe, I'll recommend Elektra by Jennifer Saint.
That's another good one.
Jennifer Saint?
Yep.
Okay. I don't really like Greek mythological retellings. There was something about the pacing and the way that it was written that really engaged me because you get 3 women perspectives. And so I really appreciated... I don't really know any of the Greek myths. I don't really know many of the Greek myths.
Yeah.
Let me try that one more time.
Yep.
Clean. I don't really know many of the Greek myths, so honestly, the story itself was a surprise to me. I was like, oh, she did what? But, like, if you know it, I still think it would be an entertaining, engaging read. It was, like, a book that bordered literary and contemporary, while also engaging the Greek mythology really well.
Ooh! Yeah. So,
both of these!
Because Sierra has raved about this book, and she's not the first person, but I was waiting for her to read it and let me know whether or not I should read it, and she told me I definitely should, like, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I will.
Sorry, I don't think it'll be a 5-star read for you necessarily.
That's okay.
But I think it is worth reading.
Yeah.
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 Continue, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for setting my expectations. Beautiful cover, In Memoriam. We've talked about it on the channel enough. I will be reading it. I'll get back to you and see what we think. This is the book that showed up in our little Barnes & Noble buying each other books video, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I do want to read this. Will I probably buy, what is it? Crooked Kingdom immediately after, maybe even before finishing reading it, like I did with Malibu Rising? Probably. I have impulsive habits. But it seems like I'm supposed to like them, is what I've been told. So I'm excited to read them both, maybe.
Yeah, you're here for a good time.
I'm here for a good time.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's summer. Yeah. We're here for a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's the late that I brought physically.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Here are some books that are like just in the ether that I know I want to get to at some point. Beach Read by Emily Henry.
Okay.
Or Book Lovers. Excuse me. Or Book Lovers by Emily Henry. One of those two, maybe both, but I want to start with one. We've considered the idea of both reading Beach Read at the same time.
I think we're probably going to do that.
That could be fun.
If you don't see that video, whoops, we didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm like pretty convinced that I want to do that in July.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Somebody recommended to me Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez.
I'm so reading Abby Jimenez.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was really intense. That's okay.
But like everybody said that they've loved Abby Jimenez.
Yes.
Like blown up recently.
Yeah.
And I think that the reviews I've heard, I probably will like the books.
There you go. So probably that.
So this sounds like a shared TBR so far.
So far.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, these are books you've read.
No. Yeah. So
but
now,
the ones in the ether.
The ones in the ether.
Okay.
So Beach Read.
Beach Read.
We're both also reading
Abby Jimenez. Maybe not the same Abby Jimenez, but we can.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
She's got options. There's a book that I've been coming into contact with, and I'm just intrigued at this point. It's called The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. That's why I was thrown off.
That's confusing. Yeah, Abby Jimenez.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez, and I'm pretty sure he's a Filipino-American author. And this is like a fantasy, and I've heard basically no bad things. And then finally, I'll say for now, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I've heard it's basically following people as they go on some kind of trip, some kind of journey, like a road trip vibe.
Like Britney Spears style? Have you seen that movie? Crossroads?
No. Right over my head. And it's kind of sad. It seems like contemplative a little bit.
Ooh.
So sometimes in the summer I want a little bit of that. Possibly, and this is a good segue into Sierra. Possibly.
Possibly what?
We do this book.
Oh,
which
most likely
has been hiding from us and escaping our grasps for months now. Specifically, 5 of them.
That's like one of our first videos.
Yeah, I am not as excited as I was to read this book. I think Sierra she's really whittled me down. My excitement levels have decreased by a lot.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I still want to participate in the society that read this book. The culture. I think that's kind of it for me. Sierra might say something that jogs my memory.
Sure. But y'all said that we probably would not like this. Yeah. So that also kind of slows
But it's
down.
on my physical TBR now, so I have.
You bought it for us.
Yeah.
You went to the store and said, I want 2 of these.
I did.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. No regrets.
Okay, what are we doing? My TBR. What am I going to read? So we went through Fourth Wing, Beach Read, Abby Jimenez, and then, I don't know. She's a classic girl. But before she's a classic girl, maybe she's a big book girl.
Maybe.
We'll see.
One, maybe.
This is Collected Works by Lydia Sandgren. I read just a little bit while the camera was cooling down in between what you just saw. And I really like this style of writing. It is so long. And it's Garamond type 10 font or Times New Roman 10 font. It's itty bitty.
It's small.
Itty bitty. And 1.5 spacing or 1.25 spacing. Not even 2.
You can tell she writes a lot of papers.
But that's the problem, right? So I know I celebrated. You saw me finish finals. Woohoo! Well, the thing about a PhD, can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So I'm working on papers right now in the interim, and so I'm actually doing more writing than I was. Crazy. But I'm really excited to try to get into this. I might DNF for the summer if I choose to put it aside and say, okay, I'm gonna wait until
pause.
Yeah, I might wait until it's Christmas break.
Yeah.
Or I enter dissertation.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay. Like I said, it's a classic girl summer.
Apparently.
Roar.
No, that was impressive.
Okay, so the first one I want to read, I like smaller books, as you know. And so I think The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin will be a really good one to read this summer. Okay, so The Fire Next Time, I actually don't know anything about it, but I heard really good things. I don't know if you even know if it's nonfiction or fiction. It consists of 2 letters written on the occasion of the centennial of the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, very cool. I like.
Yeah. And we know he's a good writer.
I don't, actually. I've never read anything by James
I
Baldwin.
know he's a good writer.
I don't know if this is a classic, but this is Robert Seath. I can't do last names.
Robert Seathaler?
It's German, or it's Austrian.
Robert Seathaler.
So this is A Whole Life by this author. And I loved the cover, and when I went into the, what's it called?
Bookshop.
The bookshop in Salzburg, I asked for, like, who is a author that, like, if you were to read one Austrian author, this is probably a good representation.
Quintessential Austrian
writing. And she's like, honestly, not my favorite author, but you, like, would need to read him if you want to read Austrian literature. So I picked up this one, and I know I mentioned this to Your True Shelf, like, I want to read more Ian McEwan. Ian McEwan blurbed this, so I'm excited. It's definitely, like, popped off in Ireland, so we'll see. Okay. This is a reread.
Yes.
Which is crazy, because I have so much on my TBR, so I might not get to it this summer, but this is the Tenant of Wildfell Hall.
Yes, and this is also the Tenant of Wildfell Hall.
Because maybe John will buddy read it with me?
She's really pushing this thing. But, how about this? I will read Tenant of Wildfell Hall if we read Fourth Wing.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Okay.
This is so important to me.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Fourth Wing isn't important to me.
And it's, like, not in the feminist canon, but, like, it should be.
Yeah.
I think it was a seminal classic feminist work.
Let's read this summer.
Yeah, I think we should read it this summer.
Cool.
It was the first classic that I read that I was like, oh, I could do classics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, cool. Get it. And also, wow, how cool that in 1848 she was like, this is what it means to be a woman. That's why I like it.
Heard.
Yeah. Okay. Yay. This is Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse. I don't know anything about it. But remember when I read a book about a marmoset and then was like, actually, I need to read aloud Virginia Woolf? This was in that purchase. So this is the classic I need to read.
That's cool.
Along with Orlando.
These covers are
Wolf.
beautiful.
I know, thank you.
The
Waves is just like it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Big classic summer for Sierra.
Yeah.
Which is, it'll be interesting.
Will I be able to get to these? No, probably not, but aspirational.
TBRs are aspirational.
And I can get, like, if I sit down and commit myself to a classic, it'll take me like 3 days.
Yeah.
Or
less.
2 months.
Oh.
Okay, next I have Zadie Smith, which I don't know if this is considered a classic, but I feel like Zadie Smith will be a classic
author. We keep talking about her as if she's a classic author.
Yeah, because she isn't someone when I read her that I'm like, wow, that was stunning. But then I can't stop thinking about it. And I'm like, how did you do that? Yeah. How did you infiltrate my mind?
Yeah.
To make me think about society in ways that I had not previously thought.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Altering brain chemistry on a daily basis.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend got this for me at a used bookstore.
Oh, it's in great condition.
Yeah. So, thanks, friend. The same friend who loves to know a lot of fun. So, what?
It's a good friend. It's okay. We can't talk.
Ever. I don't know how we survived this long on YouTube.
I remember this one.
Alright, so this is Passing by Nella Larson. I've mentioned this one. It's also shorter.
Yeah.
I actually still don't know if I'm going to get to it because it's been on my shelf for so long.
TBR's aspirational.
Yeah. But I think because I know it's going to be so dense, it's kind of like nonfiction in that way, that I feel like it'll be dense.
Yeah.
But I'm making up stuff. I actually never really tried to read it.
There's more.
There's more!
Oh,
okay,
this is a book, I'm going to hop in here, and this is a book that I want to read.
You want to let me finish my classics, and then we're going to do these two?
Oh, you're going to do these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you brought them on purpose.
No, I'll do it.
Oh.
Alright, then I have The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. A lot of people have mixed emotions on this.
It's true.
But most people that I know who have literature degrees, they study literature, are like, it is difficult, but it is important.
Yeah.
And to me, things that are hard and important are helpful to read. So, I'll probably get to this.
Cool.
I got this because it was buy 2, get a book free. Ooh. I had to buy a book.
You had to buy
for
one.
Something. I had to buy one. So I was like, might as well spend more money on one more.
And
then get a free book.
I agree.
So I got this one and Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky because I really want to read.
People love this book a lot.
Yeah. And I feel like in the Western canon, reading Russian literature is like important.
Yeah.
To like understand that, and I have never touched any Russian literature.
Neither.
And like Russia's not the helping out their argument right now.
Not right now.
But I don't think that this author should suffer because of that.
Absolutely.
So that's that, and then finally.
And I want to read this one.
John Steinbeck. I got this last summer for my birthday. I love the size of it. Like, it can fit in my pocket.
It can.
Oh,
it's nice. Yeah.
I love when that can happen.
I feel like I can read this so fast. And I missed John Steinbeck.
And that's surprising to me. But everyone did say that you were going to love...
East of Eden.
Yeah.
And I did.
And you did.
I did.
And I do like the way that it's written. So this might be a sooner classic rather than later.
There you go.
We might be doing wrap-ups over the summer. I'm not sure. But, like, it'll hopefully show up soon.
There you go.
So those were all my classics that I want to get to. They're not actually all the classics I have on my TBR, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But they're all the ones that I aspire to get to. And then there are 2 books that are more chill.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Well,
first is Legendborn by Tracy Dion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody else.
No. And John bought this for me in our Barnes & Noble video.
I did. Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get to it. I think it'll be a good vacation read. Oh yeah, I started reading it actually.
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to read one day. So I read like the first chapter of 4 different books.
That's crazy.
I know.
But hey, I mean, if that's your process, that's your process.
It's my process, apparently. I like really wanted to like be in the mood to read something.
Yeah. And this didn't make the cut.
It was so close.
Oh.
And then the last one is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin.
Yeah.
So we talked about Tomorrow in our last video.
You did.
We love that book.
Yep.
And this is like a cozy bookstore version of her writing.
Yeah.
I started reading this one as well, and I really like the writing style.
Okay.
I wanted to be in a cozier mood to read it, so I think this is going to be perfect for vacation.
That's fair.
So I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, just bring those on our trip, and then maybe we'll just do a little swap. Nice. Okay, I think that's it.
Oh!
Yeah. There might be other ones, and you'll probably see them as we go and make more videos that just like kind of just get added in there.
What would be crazy?
What?
It's like none of the books we just mentioned end up on
it is. Let's
stories.
say that now, because it is entirely possible that none of the books we talked about are read this summer.
Well,
it is entirely possible.
You're not wrong.
I don't want that to be the case because there are some really good books on those lists, but things change.
I'm like the biggest mood reader.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. But I'll try to. Yeah. Just.
We're trying.
Yeah, stay tuned.
And subscribe.
Stay tuned. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
See ya.